One of their paths, again right beside the other one, goes up to the highway here, and you can see it's a dirt path. Unfortunately, I don't see any really fresh tracks that any of the beaver have been here in the last few days, so they may have moved on down the river after their dam washed away. Here's a tree that the beavers have cut down a few days ago. Now, the tree was partially dead to begin with, but they've come on in and cut it down. You can see here's a tree that they did not or had not used up at this point. The tree is still laying here. It's probably a 20-foot long tree, and like I said, almost a foot through at the bottom. But these guys are super good loggers. They can sure take these trees down. Here's the stump of a tree, probably 18 inches through, maybe even bigger, that the beavers have taken down. It's an older tree, probably from a year or two ago. But this was a huge tree. It's hard to believe that a small 40 or 50 pound animal can take down a tree of this size. And then right here beside it is two more smaller trees. These trees are hackberries. A lot of the trees that grow along creek banks are hackberries, and other trees that tend to grow like areas that are wet. A lot of them are box elders, sycamores, and other things of that nature. But it seems like the trees that these beavers have eaten the most have been the hackberries and the box elders. Here's a tree that they started on, but for some reason didn't finish it. Now, they cut the side of that same tree, and it fell into another tree instead of falling down to the ground, so even though they got it cut off, they didn't get to use that tree. Walking down the riverbank here, you just find tree after tree after tree that the beaver have cut down and used, and all that's left is an 18-inch stump. We were at the exact spot where the beaver dam used to be a few days ago. As you see, the water's pretty swift here. We wanted to get over to the other side because there's a lot of former activity over on the other side of the creek, but my boots aren't tall enough, so till this creek goes down a little bit, it looks like we're going to be on this side of the creek. As you can see, there's the sliding area for where the beaver used to come off of that side of the bank. And they've got a big slick path coming right straight down into the creek. And as you look on down, you see all the stumps, 18-inch stumps lining the bank over there. And we could see some that were pretty freshly chewed on, but again, today we're just not going to be able to go over there where they're at and see them. We're up here next to the highway, right above the beaver, where the beaver dam was. As you can see, all the corn stalks that these beavers had brought in with them are still laying here by the road. And again, here's their path going down to the water. In case of danger, beaver like to have these little exit plans to where they can hit the water fast, where they feel much safer. A few feet on down, we have another path going down the bank here that's absolutely worn off slick. You can see the corn stalks that they left behind. These are some busy guys. Ooh, that wasn't a snake. Not one of my favorite animals. Looking across the river, you can see where the banks are really worn out and slick. This must have been some of the beavers' favorite working areas right above their dam. You can see all the tree stumps that have been left behind, and the wood was chewed on. Any small stream or river here in Kentucky are potential homes to beaver now. There are thousands of them in the state, and we'll be talking about characteristics of the beavers and numbers here in a few minutes. But you really do have to appreciate this animal. and the hard work they do and how smart they are in order to build something secure enough to hold water back. I'm in this cornfield right across the road where the beavers have been working. I was looking to see if I seen any fresh tracks, which would tell me whether maybe the beavers have been here in the past 3 days since this rain. I see a lot of old deer tracks. There's some fresh raccoon tracks, but I really don't see any of the beaver tracks in the past week, which means they may have moved on to another site here on the old North Rolling Fork River.